This is my homemade sniper, airsoft sniper. It is not done yet, as you can tell, but it's on its way. Just as some general info, this is an old M14 that I had taken apart, and I'm going to use basically M14 parts and make it shoot really hard by other means. It's going to hopefully, if I can get 150 psi through this brass tube, doing the physics correctly, that'll make it shoot 500 feet per second, a 0.4 500 feet per second, and make a 0.2 go 700-ish, or 750-ish. So this is it. People have been telling me that this is my back, this is what it's going to be all mounted in. There's going to be 2 3/4 inch pieces of MDF routed out to sandwich this from either side. And people have been telling me this. There's a mix between a TAR and a WA because we all play Modern Warfare. And I could care less what it actually looks like, because this gun, this piece of wood, as you see it right now, just the wood, is comparable to a G36. So if you know what a G36 is like, this is what it is, except this handle's farther forward. The G36 is like back here. But that doesn't really matter. It's bullpup, making it more accurate for a shorter barrel length. I mean a longer, whatever, you get it. What I'm running into now is I already have this. This is how I'm chambering BBs, just the old M14 thing, except I'm going to attach it like here-ish and have something that runs forward to here. You can move it back. And then you just got to get 150 psi through that tube. I think what I'm going to do, this is my idea now, is get a pellet gun, a pump-up one, and then take the internals of that, because they shoot really fast, and I'll mount it in this gun and find a place for the pump and just use that and eventually get the air that's propelling the pellet just to propel the BB through this little tube, as you know. That's about it so far. I will update more when I get farther along with it. But don't expect this to be done, oh, he's going to finish it in the next week. This could take a month, it could take a year. I don't it's not that big of an issue to me. It's not that big of a project. It's just a little side project. My go-kart, as you saw, was the other project, if you've seen it, and now the 71 Chevelle. Because that's what I would like most. And I'm going to explain to people why a 0.4, I'm using 0.4s instead of 0.2s for the accuracy and the range. 0.4s will go farther than a 0.2. At least everyone I've heard or talked to says 0.2s go farther because they travel faster. But this is the kinetic energy formula. Kinetic energy equals half mass times velocity squared. That's just everything. When you have a 0.4, you're going to get the same amount of kinetic energy from any means of propulsion. Mine being air pressure, airsoft dog guns all being the piston moving forward and stuff. By any means, you're going to have the same kinetic energy for the BB. So what transfers is you get a different amount of mass and a different amount of velocity. Now, when you have a higher mass and a lower velocity, when you lose kinetic energy, you lose it slower with more mass. If you had, let's say you had, like look at 0.12s. They shoot so fast, but they lose their velocity so fast because they have no mass, so they have to lose their kinetic energy through their velocity. This is a simple physics thing. And then when you have more mass, then it'll lose less velocity, because you can push through the air better. This is basically what you're fighting. In a vacuum, it wouldn't make a difference. You actually know 0.12s would go really fast, and they'd hold their thing faster. But they'd still have the same amount of kinetic energy. But velocity would hurt more because velocity squared, and you get it in half mass. I don't know if any of you are physics majors. I'm not. I'm in high school. But I know this is true. Anyways, back to the gun. I'm just going to be using 0.4 Mad Bull, and I think I've already said that. It's a pretty crappy review, I don't care. And if anyone has any ideas of how pellet guns work, because I keep searching on Google and whatnot, how, I know there's a couple like spring piston which work just like these, and pump bumps, which is what I'm looking for, and there's some other kind, I forget what it is, I think it was gas, yeah. That you can use. If anyone wants to explain or show me a website that will get me a pump-up pellet gun thing that I could mount somewhere in here, you can judge that yourself. Tell me, because I've not found anything. and I would not mind the help looking. If anyone knows, you don't have to go searching for me. I don't expect anyone to do that. But this is the airsoft gun.